Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studio. Welcome to Parents' Night Out with no new friends. Real, raw hilarity. It's your night out without the kids. So kick back, relax, and get ready to let loose with us. This is Parents' Night Out with no new friends.
Remember I just set everything back up, I was telling you? Hey, guys. We're so organized over here. Scott lost all the audio.
He's just trying his best. You don't have to teach
I
him.
still love the aesthetics of the new look stream. I think it looks great.
Yeah, same.
That was a very unenthusiastic and unconvincing same. Sure.
Well, who did it? Did you do it, Chris?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
No, I love it. It's
Thank
very
you.
70s.
That's very Sarah. I think I had Sarah in mind.
It is very Sarah. It is.
Yeah.
It's very Sarah.
Oh,
yeah.
I should put our faces at the bottom here. I forgot I had them. Like the cartoon. I did like 70s style cartoon faces.
I need to get my camera above me because I need to get rid of this double chin thing because I don't really have a double
The
chin.
camera's not gonna help.
Get some books. Get some books and stack them.
Yes, it will, Scott, because I have one too, you know?
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
I'm
have a
sure you
double chin.
do. I'm sure
I
you do,
do.
Sarah.
I do. I posted a TikTok today, and I was like, oh, God, that's prominent.
You don't, but you don't. I don't either. It's just the way that my beard line looks.
You should just get like a webcam and
maybe
put
I
it
have a
on your monitor instead
A
of your
what?
laptop. That's a webcam and put it on your monitor instead of using your laptop one.
Well, I want to put it like up high, like what Chris does, where like they're never really looking at the camera. That's like if you ever
Well,
watch
yeah,
Nerd
I mean-
Archive, they're all looking at different directions. It's like this.
Well, I mean, you could do that too. Like your feed is on my monitor, but I can look at my laptop and just do whatever I.
Yes. What's up, Sean? Oh. All stuff we could have done beforehand.
I just thought of it, all right?
Well, I guess we'll wait, or are you able to multitask?
I can multitask. You're the host.
Okay.
I'm the guy that clicks around.
Whoa. Let's just leave it like that.
I'm going to have us kissing. Oh, wait, how do I switch it? Oh, I'm going to delete these. I'm just going to have my head there.
What's up, Remy?
Is that me? I look very bearish.
Amanda.
Remy, we're still waiting for you to get to Animal Kingdom.
Sean.
Where are you? Dude, that's a hell of a lot of errands you have to run.
Can you believe there's only 2 episodes that I pushed Orlando Weekly nominations. It's over.
You pushed
Already.
Orlando Weekly.
Yeah, I didn't even vote for it. No, I'm kidding.
I voted once.
You can only do it once, right?
Yeah, you can only nominate once.
Oh.
I hope they don't do that whole voting multiple time thing. I hate that. Oh, hey, Ryan. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Hi,
He
Ryan.
was the first one, that message.
Was he? Oh, sup, nerds. I guess when I saw nerds, I thought it was Lewis.
That's fair.
Because Lewis always says, what's up,
That's
nerds?
nerd-phobic.
All right, 3,
I see the thought process.
2, 1. There are so many great ways to connect with us. Just check out our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise and join our clubhouse. For as low as $2 a month, you can have all sorts of exclusive content like early release, cutting room floor, and then entries into any contest that we may do. Right now, we are streaming live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Monday. And then also, well, we don't really go to the parks anymore. But if we did go to the parks and we were to stream them, it'd be on TikTok at theparks.nonewfriends. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
I cannot believe you're not dead yet.
The petty princess, Sarah.
Happy Revenge of the 5th.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
Feliz Cinco de Mayo?
The wise man, Darren.com.
I'm so thankful for my dad.
And our producer, Redbeard. What's up, guys? Happy Cinco de Mayo, Revenge of the 5th, all of those holidays for May 5th, which is really inconsequential holiday here in my household. Sarah, did you celebrate today? A big weekend, May 4th, May 5th. Here we are.
Yeah, I worked the whole time and I forgot my space buns and I watched like 10 minutes of episode 1. I really failed this year, honestly. But there's still time. There's still time.
So wait, yeah, because you have isn't the 6th something too, like Revenge of the 6th?
Oh my gosh.
No.
You're the
No.
worst.
Not that I'm aware of, but
Oh.
She
correct
said
me
it
if
in
I'm
her
wrong.
intro.
Well, she said Revenge of the 5th. But that one doesn't make any sense. Revenge of the 6th, like the Sith. The 6th.
It's the
And
day
it's
after the
hangover day
4th.
from the 5th.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
come up with it myself. I just celebrate it.
And not very well, apparently.
It's just a reason to
Well,
drink more
usually.
tequila.
Right.
Usually
So-
this is like a
I'm just-
2-day weekend and we watch all of the Star Wars and then we make one of those cakes. Have you ever seen those cakes made with the scene of Obi-Wan and Anakin in episode 3?
Oh, we've got the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole thing involved, but yeah, we dropped the ball this year.
Did you see those Crocs that just came out at Hollywood Studios for Star Wars
No.
weekend? Or for it's from Revenge of the Sith and it's the high ground.
Now we have to go on Tuesday because
Right?
I'm gonna have to get May the 4th stuff.
Absolutely. Like the May the 4th stuff last year was mid. This year it's incredible.
I purchased something.
What'd you purchase?
I purchased that C-3PO head that I was looking at Galaxy's Edge when we were down in Florida because Sarah will like this. They accept Klarna.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Disney Store accepts Klarna. So
What?
$30 every 2 weeks for the next 8 weeks.
I want a C-3PO Lego set because this case behind me with all my Legos and droids, it's missing something.
It
I don't have
is.
any C-3PO in the house.
Yeah, you need
So-
C-3PO.
I got to put him there. That'll be another Klarna purchase.
So you did not do the Leia buns?
Well, there's still time.
There's She's like, Lewis and I have big plans tonight.
She did take the high ground, though, Scott.
So, okay, in all of your celebrations of Star Wars Day with Lewis, how many different outfits have you two? Well, I shouldn't say for this particular date, but how many Star Wars outfits have you guys participated in adult activities in?
None.
What?
But I don't know
What?
if I've ever told this story before, but when Lewis and I first were dating and he met my mother, she is a huge fan of that 70s show. And
Okay.
she asked me at dinner, so Sarah, have you ever dressed up as Princess Leia for, Lewis? And of course,
His mom asked you
immediately,
this.
no, my mom asked us this.
Your mom asked to do that.
Yes, but she was thinking of like the white gown space buns, and I went like full Leia slave outfit, and I was like, Mom, no. But also, she's never seen Star Wars before, so she didn't know that there was another outfit that could be associated with something else, another activity. We
Was he
like to
thinking,
dress
Lewis was
up.
Amish? And he'd be into the white gown, Leia?
She just knows he's nerdy and she's seen
Okay.
that 70s show and Donna did it for Eric. So she was like, okay, have you ever done this before? No. And I'm like, Mom, no, oh my God, are you kidding me? But she's never seen Star Wars, so we're okay. But I was traumatized. And apparently I still am. But I have not. We dress up outside of the bedroom, but not there's not enough time in the bedroom.
Let me
There's
ask
just
you,
not.
how many times have you played with his lightsaber since it's gotten 4 million views now?
My husband's famous.
I'm about 3
You
million
know.
of those views, but
Well, we appreciate that. Too bad it's not monetized. I understand though, because he actually does have this video that he posted a while back of him doing this transition with a lightsaber.
Good for
Saved on
him.
my phone. Watched it many times. Well,
Should have released that in June.
Pride Month.
it is my favorite though. I do love these videos he's been posting. All these Star Wars videos. He needs to bring back that one, because he looks like man candy to me. But
Now,
Me too.
how many
Me too.
true.
Star Wars videos do you have of him?
I plead the fifth.
All right, another Revenge of the Fifth.
Star Wars is like 10% of all of it, but they're there.
Scott's about to turn his camera off. I don't know why you ask these questions. My God.
Okay, so update on my health.
Oh my God. Anybody wants to take a break? Just come back in a half hour.
No, listen, it's not that long. So I've
We know.
dropped 12 pounds since.
Oh.
Yeah, I see you picked it back up too. Who are we kidding? It's the only thing you've been over to pick back up lately is the weight you lost.
So went to the doctor for my follow up on Wednesday, and she's very happy with the progress. We took the blood pressure, and she's like, "Well, everything's working."
Wait, you have a female doctor?
Yeah,
That's very surprising for you.
Listen, it was the first availability, and she's not the doctor; she's the nurse practitioner, so she doesn't really count. So I'm looking for a second opinion. But she's like, all of your results are good, like everything's good, and so we're asking, okay, what type of exercise? Because I've been doing nothing. I didn't want to do anything to like make the heart go faster. I didn't want to do anything that was going to put a shock.
You
to
just
my
have
system.
the best excuse ever to just do exactly what you've been doing the last 40 years.
Listen, I'm doing the exact same thing that I've been doing, but now
Because that's been working so good for you.
So we said, what kind of exercise? She's like, you're on no restrictions, and I was like, so sex is on the table. And
No, you'd break the table. You should probably stick to the bed.
she looks at me and she's like, yeah, like it's cardio. It's fine. If you're up to it, then go for it. And I said, okay, but would you recommend it? Since you're recommending cardio, would you recommend that sex is back on the table? And she's like, I mean, I guess you could say. Meanwhile, she's like looking at my wife, looking back at me, looking back, like she doesn't know what to say.
I love how you went
And
with
my
your
wife-
chaperone, by the way. You go.
My wife is giving me that look, like, the glasses down, like, watch it, bud. And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, I recommend cardio and sex is good. So whatever exercise you can do. And I'm like, can I get a prescription for that, please? My wife very quickly changed
Twice a week.
Yeah, twice a week. I'll take twice a week.
Yeah.
That'd be an upgrade. So I'm doing great with the eating.
We know.
I'm eating all sorts of healthy food. Nothing but fruits, vegetables, lean meats. Like I haven't touched junk food. We went to the movies last night, and I got a tuna bowl.
What the fuck?
What?
This
Wait.
AMC now serving poke bowls.
the movie theater it's a full service restaurant. Like it's got like entrees. Like it's not just popcorn and whatnot. But I can't touch it. Like I'm not touching
Like
anything.
chicken tenders, maybe I trust, but tuna?
They have flatbreads and quesadillas and.
You might as well go to 7-Eleven and get some like sushi there.
I know, Scott. You're just bragging about how it's a full service restaurant and just went to quesadillas and flatbreads, like two things you can get at Wawa. I would trust that from a movie theater. Like, yeah, I'll take the tuna. Does that come with food poisoning by any chance?
I mean, they've got lobster rolls and all sorts of things. So I got a poke bowl. Because that's all I can eat. I can't eat anything that's high fat, and I can't eat anything that's a high sodium or anything like that. I'm trying to lose weight, not trying to retain water. So yeah, I've been eating healthy. So yesterday I decided to incorporate exercise into everything. So Rachel, if you follow Rachel on Instagram, she does Peloton like every single morning at 4 o'clock.
I thought she was a Peloton for a while.
Right?
Yeah.
She's one of those people that like has to brag. Oh, I did Peloton today. So yesterday I did Peloton for the first time. Did a 20-minute beginner class. This did not seem like a beginner class to me at all. And like, part of the anxiety is trying to pick the instructor because she's like, okay, would you like him? He's fabulous. And I was like, let me work up to the fabulous guys because I think they're going to kick my ass. I said, let me go with the really cute blonde. 5 minutes into this class, she was such a bitch. I don't want to have the coupon anymore. She's telling me to keep it going. You're doing great. But by the end of this, I don't know if you've ever sat on a Peloton or an actual like racing bike or exercise bike. I now know what Nick feels like 6 days out of the week. My ass hurt so bad. I had to take today off. I was like, I'm going to have to do poppers.
I was going to say, I'm like, poppers is the best trick.
I'm going to have to do poppers before I do the Peloton because it's terrible on my ass. But anyway, I'm doing great, guys. I'm thriving. I'm living. Blood pressure's coming down. Everything's going great. Thanks for asking.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, in all seriousness, this is a huge lifestyle change for you, and I'm glad that instead of you just getting a quick fix and then going back, you're changing up. You're changing it up.
I'm trying. It's that time. I'm 45 years old. I've got to make better decisions. But that leads me to, but it is real quick. It is very depressing. I'm constantly depressed because I'm not going outside to smoke as much. So like I have to find things to occupy my time. I've got to eat. I'm eating better. I'm constantly hungry because I'm constantly snacking on cauliflower and celery and carrots and watermelon and grapes and bananas, like fruits and vegetables. And that shit just like, I digest it so quick that I'm like ready to eat more. I ate like a whole bushel of bananas yesterday. I'm like a goddamn ape.
I don't think it's a bushel. I think we have to fact check that.
Is that a bunch of?
Yeah, I think a
bananas?
bushel is like a bushel of berries or something. I think banana might be something different.
I think it's just a bunch.
Yeah, a bunch of bananas.
Bunch of bananas.
Fucking idiot.
No, he's trying his best. Wait.
So my goal is, Sarah, we talked about like, let's make sure Chris comes down before the next 3 years, like sooner than 3 years from now. And also that he visits us anyway. So I have this idea. This is my goal since I'm on this weight loss journey and I'm trying to quit smoking and trying to get in shape and exercise and all that. I want us all to do a Run Disney weekend together.
Yeah. I didn't have the heart to tell Scott that I haven't run in a year and a half. If you listen, if there's a biking one, maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried running ever since I recovered.
Is there like a fast pace like around Epcot to get to Mexico?
Yeah, can we do like a fast walk? Does it have to be running?
Yeah, you know what, Sarah? That's a good point because all you have to do is beat the balloon ladies.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all about the balloon
5K,
ladies.
There's not even balloon ladies.
Oh, I could do that.
So in the 5K, we could totally walk it together.
It's drag queens for that one.
Yeah. I'll dress in drag. I don't care.
I'd do it too.
Is there anything less than a 5K? Is that the lowest it goes?
Sarah, a 5K is what we do in one day walking around Epcot.
It does sound way more intimidating. The fucking British people love to make everything sound way more than it actually is. It's actually just 3.2 miles.
Like, it's not even 3 miles, or it's like it's nothing.
It's not even 3 miles. It's just 3.2.
It's 3.2.
So I think that'd be fun.
I honestly, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I was planning to run like a 10K like 10 years ago there, but that was 10 years ago. I could do 5.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. No pressure. But also, if I'm going to do it, you guys can do it.
Yeah, just.
Well, yeah, if you do it, we have to do it.
You guys can all chip in for me and Nick's flights, and we'll make it work.
Exactly.
Well, Scott and Rachel will. It'll be fine.
What?
Rachel will.
It's part of Scott's health plan, so.
Right? Scott and Rachel have rooms available, so you don't have to get a hotel room or anything like that.
You can go up in my neighborhood. All you just run on a normal basis just to evade people trying to mug you.
So, Chris and I were talking the other day, and I called him, and like normal, he doesn't answer the phone.
I did call right back.
You did,
all right?
You did, but I do know, like, if anybody's holding a gun to my head and they say,
yeah, and you did
call
say
someone, if they answer the phone, we're pulling the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Chris would be my call.
Yeah,
because I would live.
I'd call right back, and you'd explain it to me. I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm so glad I didn't answer. I kind of figured that's what was going on, so I didn't answer the phone."
So Chris didn't answer, but he did call me right back.
Yeah, I did.
And like almost every conversation that I always have with Chris, it's always, man, I'm having the worst day ever. Like, so I like, that's the baseline, is I'm having the worst day ever.
Yeah, you're either it's either, but it is a two-way street. It's either you're on the verge of death or I'm on the verge of insanity.
It's only been once. Usually it's depression.
You just sound like you're dying. You're right. It's like you're always just out of breath. Now the latest time you actually were almost dying. No, you're right. I did have a really good excuse this time for not answering the phone, Scott. I had a really good excuse.
And what was that?
I was having a really bad day, and it all happened in the span of 10 minutes. I was laying on my couch making a TikTok. Listen, I'm trying to pay for my daughter's college. I'm trying to make her go viral on TikTok so that I can pay for her college. So I'm editing all these cute videos of her. I was doing a little Disney compilation of her and Disney. And I'm still getting over being sick, so I'm a little congested. She comes over to me and she does this new. She speaks like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries. If anybody listening knows who this, that's how she talks. It's really funny. So she comes over, does that little thing. I thought I got a whiff of poop, and I go down, I smell. I'm like, there's nothing there. And then so she went, which I was relieved because I really didn't feel like changing a diaper. It's like every time Emily leaves for work and an hour later she poops. Like it's never before. It's always right after she leaves. Sometimes I just let it sit until she gets home. And then I make Emily change it. I'm totally kidding. I would never do that. I would never do that. So, one of the reasons why is what I'm about to say. You can't leave it there for too long because I learned that. So fast forward or rewind about a half hour. We're dressing Ellie for the day. And Emily puts on these real cute biker shorts on Ellie. They seemed a little tight. And I'm like, no, they're not too tight. That's just the style. You know, she looks fine. They're not like uncomfortably tight. They're just a little tighter side. So when we fast forward now a half hour, she is making the TikTok, and then I smell the poop again. I'm like, okay, maybe she did poop. So I look over, and I never get this image out of my head. She looks up at me from across the room. She's double fisting 2 pieces of shit.
What?
With a big smile on her face.
Like they're damn maracas. Like she's celebrating Cinco de Mayo a week early.
Look at my new toys, Dad.
And what do you do in an incident like that? So I
send it back.
I went down for a nap. I didn't know what to do, so I just like, this is an hour from now's problem. No, so I went over to her and like I think I'm so afraid she's gonna put it to her face, and I'm like inspecting her face while like dodging the poop fists, right?
It's the first time she actually wanted to pound it
instead of her head. And I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at her face, making sure she didn't put it to her mouth, and I'm inspecting it. There's no poop streaks on her mouth. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness. But then I'm like, I can't be too sure, so I start scooping her mouth to make sure there's nothing in there. And so I get a closer look. What happened was those tight ass shorts squeezed the poop out of her diaper up her back, and it's on the floor. It's on her legs. She's double fisting it, like I said. So I just grab her under the arms and I sprint upstairs with her and just put her in the bathtub and start hosing her down, fully clothed, just fully clothed. I'm just mushroom stomping the shit down the drain at this point because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Wait, you're mushroom stomping it?
What about what? I couldn't have her do it.
Yeah, no, use her foot.
Well, I used her hand; they're already dirty. I just use it as like a fly swatter. No, and I'm like, I'm like thinking like, where are the closest latex gloves? Like I don't even know. I'm like trying to find gloves, and then I'm like, I hose her down because I'm like, I can't take this shirt off because I want to get poop on her head. Because I don't feel like bathing her, you know. No, I'm kidding. So I know
it's like a super cute outfit.
I went Hulk Hogan. I ripped it off. And now I put her on her back. She's just like in her poop water, and I'm just hosing her down. And it hit me at that moment when people are like, "Oh yeah, nothing really grosses you out when you're a parent." I finally understand. I just went into fight or flight because I was fighting for my life at this point. I was fighting against my gag reflex, And this all happened in the span of like 10 minutes. She's all clean now. And more importantly, I didn't get any poop on me. I was like, that is a badge of honor I will wear for the rest of my life. I go down and I go to grab my phone. And because I was going to call my mom, like, hey, when you come over today, you got to bring the carpet cleaner. Shit on aisle 3. And I have missed call from her and my sister. It's like, okay. My sister never calls me. Unless it's to FaceTime Ellie. So I knew something happened. So I call up. One of my drivers got in an accident.
Oh, no.
All in the span of this 10 minutes. So it's like, so everyone's fine. No one was hurt, thank goodness. And it wasn't my driver's fault. Someone rear-ended. But it was still just, a day now of paperwork and a house smelling like a barn. So then Scott calls me. I'm like, dude, you got to stop calling me. So anyway, so I hope that was the most disgusting thing I will ever have to deal with Ellie. I can't think of a grosser thing I had to deal with. She had this thing for a couple of days where she was randomly throwing up when she was eating. That was fun. But luckily, one time we were at my parents. My mom took care of it. And then I think the other time I was like, oh, man, I really have to go to the bathroom or something. And then Emily took care of it.
I think the worst is when she throws up in the car in the middle of the summer.
Ooh.
And it's in traffic. There's nothing you can do about it, and then it just starts smelling.
You got to get a new car.
It's not like cute baby vomit. It's like
projectile.
It smells like vomit.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't gotten to that stage because Piper threw up one night in her bedroom and it got all over the carpets, on like the walls, and she got mad at me that I didn't grab a bucket fast enough. I'm like, I was asleep, girl, and all I hear is, ugh.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm really upset that I just said this. I hope this is the grossest thing that will ever happen, because now
It's gonna get worse.
This will be the least worst. You know what? Thank goodness it didn't really smell too bad. It didn't smell too bad. It was probably because I was super congested, but it was. I took a picture of the carpet, if you want to see. She did a little Van Gogh. So, both of my daughters have now shit all over my carpets.
Miranda in chat says, my now 13-year-old threw up into his fan one night. I don't even know how that's possible, but that's just as bad as like the what are those, the vacuum cleaners, the self-propelling vacuum cleaners, running over dog shit and then spreading it all over.
Oh,
I feel like that's the same.
Yeah, Ryan said, did you roll your office chair through it? Thank goodness I didn't. And then Maddie says, we'll go down a water ride, but we'll stomp poop down the drain.
It's waffle stomp, not mushroom stomp.
Yeah, where did I get a mushroom stomp from? That must be like a drug or something.
I don't know,
mushroom
but I doubled
stomp?
down on it. I was like, oh, mushroom stomp.
Yeah, no, I think mushroom. I think
I think
it's
that's when you put your dicks together.
Oh, yeah, definitely didn't mushroom stomp. Definitely, we mushroom stomped before, but
that was us.
I definitely waffle stomped. Yeah, it was like a waffle pound. I had to waffle slap it. I was putting my foot in there. I was wearing socks, And then I poured like 3 gallons of bleach. It looked like I was when I went into the bathroom. I put like a poncho on because I didn't want to get bleach on my clothes because I didn't want to bleachify myself. So I got a poncho, like one of those emergency ponchos. And I went into the bathroom with an N95 mask. I felt like Joe Biden. And I went in there with 2 gallons of bleach. I looked like Dexter Morgan cleaning up one of his crime scenes. I was like, I don't want my beautiful waffle stomping work to come back up or anything. You know what I mean? Hair gets caught down. You don't want. Yeah, it's disgusting. I did clean the hair out of the drain the last time, and I did get a haircut since then, so now it's Emily's turn. But yeah, so if anybody needs help on cleaning a bathtub after a waffle stomp, I can. I definitely have some pointers for you now.
Yeah, speaking of like cleaning out bathtubs and whatnot, that's the grossest thing ever. If you've ever cleaned out the drain in a bathtub,
I kind of like it. That's one of my guilty pleasures.
Oh,
it's one of my guilty pleasures.
Smell.
Oh, I thought mine doesn't smell. Mine smells pretty good.
Yeah, mine doesn't smell either.
Yeah, what are you?
Maybe that's just a you thing.
Yeah, what are you, a gorilla? Like what? And you don't even have any hair.
Well, he was doing all the manscaping at that time. And
It has to be.
that's where all the hair is.
Hey, why is your smell? It's just soap goes down there, dude.
Oh, the hair.
What kind of soap do you use? You use Pert. You're a Pert guy, aren't you?
The sludge from the inside of the drain.
You're a Head and Shoulders or a Pert guy.
I am a. What am I? It's a 3-in-1.
Yeah, you're gonna say you're a 3-in-1 who doesn't even need the other two.
Yeah, it's a 3-in-1. So I don't need multiple bottles. It's the same thing that I go on my head goes everywhere else.
Yeah, what do you condition your pubes? Like, what do you using the 3-in-1 for?
My face.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do that. It's probably why your beard looks like that.
It probably. It looks like crap, doesn't it?
No, I don't know if we were live before. Scott was joking about his beard. It's the camera.
Yeah,
it is the camera. I will admit that.
So, Nick, you've had kind of a rough hospital visit this week.
3 hospital visits.
Oh,
that's it.
Oh my god.
So
Nick says,
I'm becoming a pro
Sarah,
at the
I see your 2
hospitals.
weddings. I'll raise you 3 hospital visits.
You win.
Yeah. So I talked last week. Sean's mom diagnosed with cancer. She was staying with us for like 5 very long days. Very long days. So we took her to the ER to try to get her back into the hospital. Oh yeah, the ED. The guy did say ED.
My paperwork from my discharge paperwork says ED. I'm like,
I almost corrected him.
right.
So I've kind of realized how fucked up the medical field is completely. It's not just prescription medications, it's the entire industry. So we go to this emergency room that's like it's basically an emergency room that's not attached to the hospital. It's just like a remote one, and they'll take you to the hospital if they have to put you in, essentially. So you can still do all the emergency room stuff there. So we take her there, and this doctor was very, very jaded, and very pissed off about kind of a similar situation that we're going through with his mom. And he's basically telling us that his mom had lived in his living room for a year, or their dining room for a year at their house, because their insurance didn't cover nursing home and this and that. And like, he's telling us his life story or whatever, and he's very pissed off.
Before I almost died, I lived in the dining room too.
Eating. Just eating. So he was really no help. He was not very comforting for us, especially when somebody's just diagnosed with cancer, to the point that he's just kind of like, the hospital systems don't care about the elderly. And he just kind of set us along our way. And he gave us some advice and people to call, and he set up appointments. So that was helpful.
He's like Casey Anthony, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, nobody cares. So 2 days later, we get a call from her old hospital, and they're like, "Hey, like, we're transferring all your stuff to this new hospital that you're working with, and we'll get you into the hospital right away. So just go to the ED." So we take her on Friday to the ED. She's in there for 9 hours at least. And they finally are going to admit her to the hospital. And by this point, it's like 8 o'clock at night. So Sean's like, I'm going to go home. And they'll move her to a room. We'll come back tomorrow. So the next morning, he goes back to the hospital to go find out what room his mom's in. The hospital says she's been discharged. We're like, to where? Because she doesn't drive. She's not at our house. So where is she? Nobody knew. So Sean was running.
Lost her.
They lost her. So Sean ran around to like 5 different people, finally found somebody that knew where she was. They transferred her to another hospital because this one didn't take her insurance.
So they just moved her, didn't let you guys know.
Didn't call us, moved her to a new hospital. She's already going through delirium, doesn't even know where she is anyway. So now she's even more confused. So we get to this hospital. We went today to go check up on her. And they moved her to a new room since Sean went the other day. So on top of it, she's in a new hospital. They moved her rooms within 2 days. So now she's in a room sharing a room.
Oh.
So here's where the story here's where the story gets interesting. So because she doesn't have dementia, but she's just going through a lot of mental just short-term memory. She doesn't know where she is and stuff like that. Apparently the roommate is far off worse.
Oh.
Her name is, we'll say Teresa because we kind of understand exactly what they were saying, but She's an Asian lady. She's older and doesn't know where she is. But it's a very old hospital, and it has those curtains in between to like separate. But like the
Right.
curtains from like the 1970s that
Right.
doesn't really do anything.
So smoke stained.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I could still smell it, and it wasn't just Sean's mom that I could smell the smoke. It was the hospital. So we closed the curtain, and we're having a conversation with his mom, and Teresa next to us is trying to join in on the conversation. And she's like, Carolyn, what you watching on TV? Carolyn doesn't even know who this lady is. She can't even see her. So I'm sitting at the edge of the bed. So I have full coverage and full view of Teresa. And at one point, she's sitting there completely topless,
Oh, nice.
titties out. And
Wow.
they're hanging down there. She's older.
This is
Scott,
Teresa.
she's older. Yeah,
Okay.
Teresa.
Okay,
Not
no-
Sean's mom.
She's playing like hacky sack with her boobs.
She's like trying to stand up and like
boobs.
she could have thrown them over her shoulder. They were that long.
Oh, wow.
More to play with.
So she kept sitting at the edge of the bed. There's like a nurse in the room too. I forget what they're called. That's has to like watch them to make sure they don't get out of bed to try to like escape because they're fall hazard patients. So she's trying to stand up, and she's trying to go use the bathroom, which she just used the bathroom next to her bed, the commode, that I had to hear about. I had to see it
Oh.
as she just dropped everything and saw the nurse wiping her ass, and there was a lot going on.
Wow. They didn't charge you for any of that?
No. And here's the kicker. So she gets back in bed and she's sitting there. She's staring at me like
Tip
the
your
whole time.
server?
She's staring at me the whole time. She looks over at me and she says, "Are you going to get me out of here?" So I don't know if she was showing me her boobs, like thinking that I was going to like break her out of the hospital, but wrong tree, Teresa.
You should be like, yes, bitch, let's go.
Let's go. She kept like wanting me to slide her candy. Like she was
Wow.
very entertaining, but creepy
Wow.
at the same time. Yeah, she just kept sitting there like one leg up while like her titties are still out, by the way. But her like gown is like half down, and I'm pretty sure Pikachu is poking out too.
Scott said he paid you like $50 a picture. That's true.
Rachel did.
75 for the video.
Rachel did.
Let's be honest. So it's been a fun journey so far. Can't wait to see how all that turns out tomorrow again.
This sounds awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's awful, but we got to laugh at these situations right now. It's like Sean and I were just texting each other, and he's just like, "You should talk back to her." He's like, "Just keep staring at her back." So start giving her little winks, and
If you don't laugh, you cry. Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
You know what sounds more awful?
Not much, actually.
Well, I'll tell you. A 30 top coming into a restaurant with no reservations.
Yeah, I do want to just clarify, Nick. So Scott did say that your mother-in-law getting terminal cancer is less bad than a 30 top.
wait, time out. 30 tops, like gay tops, because if you find 30 tops, like that's like the golden ticket right there. One top is a golden ticket.
Silver
But 30 tops? Where do I sign up?
No, I wasn't talking about the mother-in-law having cancer. Just the whole experience with the nude Teresa.
Oh, why were? Oh, okay. So you thought Nick was just going to the hospital for fun. I got you.
Sarah.
You understand it's rough and it's annoying. And I had a day today. I really did. And every day I get closer to just saying, screw this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. But who walks in with 30 people to a restaurant with no reservation, no nothing?
And then gets mad when you can't seat them right away.
Do you work at a
we
Denny's?
were able. No.
That's like a theater kid thing. Like the entire cast, like, yeah, we have 30. We didn't call ahead.
I
It's 10
remember
minutes
that.
before closing. We'll be fine, right?
We got that a lot when I worked at Cracker Barrel. I worked there
Oh.
in high school, and you'd get like, okay, we're cutting you down to 2 servers, and then all of a sudden the bus comes off the highway.
Sarah, got to cut you
What?
off. How many stars did you get up to?
I was a trainer.
I don't know what that
What is
The
means.
it?
trainer. I had
I
4
wouldn't-
stars when I was a trainer.
Oh!
Thanks,
Wow.
thanks.
I always look at the stars. I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I respect the shit out of it.
But I
Yeah.
quit the job before I got my burgundy apron.
Oh.
I know.
Do you still have the name
Anytime I
tag?
get 1 star, I'm like, can we get
I
a
still have
different
the name
server?
tag. Well, we didn't have a name tag. We had our aprons embroidered.
Oh, that's right. They're embroidered on it. It's a high class establishment.
Yeah, sure.
No, think
Sure.
about it.
The gift shop.
Their Yelp reviews are on their aprons. Like you have to be good at your job.
I would like the record to reflect you can only get up to 4 stars, okay? So I just don't want that to seem like I'm missing a star because I had all of them.
Do you guys do?
wait-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris.
Do you guys do apron swaps like athletes do jersey swaps? Like after you guys retire, like you do like the apron swaps and like in your bedroom or in your like living room, you have like a framed apron of like Gail from your location. He was a 4-star veteran.
It's a good thing you can only see one wall in my house. I have the whole series on the other wall.
So wait, okay. Sorry, not where we were gonna go, but now I didn't know you worked at Cracker Barrel, so now we have
I've worked at a lot of places. Any
So
questions about Olive Garden? I did that for 4 years too.
You know, most people in the hospitality industry, especially like the restaurant business, they've worked at every chain restaurant. Like if you work at one chain restaurant, you make the rounds. Okay, so when you get hired, you are given what color apron?
At Cracker Barrel specifically,
Yeah.
it's brown and it says trainee on it.
Oh. Oh God!
You have-
might as well have
yeah.
a big A on your shirt.
And then you have to go through a series.
letter.
Wow, lovely. You have to go through a series of it's like the first 3 months you have to take a test and do another training, and then you get your first star, and then it's like 6 months from then, and then it goes up and up. So it takes a while to get your 4 stars.
Wait a second. What are you getting trained and tested on 3 months later? Like, don't you know the whole menu by now?
White culture. I think it is.
This was around the same age as me starting to participate in extracurricular activities. So I don't remember what the training was, but I did it. I did it
Right.
well.
I just don't understand. Like, what else are you gonna learn? It's
Well, we
just-
were a training store too, so they always had new things.
Okay.
New procedures and stuff, standards for their own company.
So the numbers of stars isn't necessarily your performance; it's what you're trained on.
It's how long you've been there,
Oh,
essentially. You only
then-
get those stars if you've been there for a certain amount of time.
okay. So once you have 4 stars and your name embroidered, then what's next? You get a different color.
You can become
Apron.
a trainer,
Okay.
and the trainers have burgundy aprons.
Oh.
Everybody else has brown.
Hmm.
Yep. The more you know.
Yeah. Interesting.
And how do you beat the little game? The little triangle game.
Oh my God! Listen,
I've done it
I need you
once.
to know. I need you to know that I worked there for 2.5 years and I never beat that stupid freaking game.
I beat it
okay?
once.
Lewis and I went to Cracker Barrel for the first time in forever, like a month ago. Not even. And I'm just sitting there playing it, beat it. And I'm so excited because I bought one of those games like 6 months ago. And it's like my, I don't have a coffee table book. I have a Cracker Barrel game. That's my thing. So come on in, test your knowledge. And so our youngest will sit there and just play with it. And she gets so annoyed. She gets so pissed because she'll make it to 1 and then she can't do it again. And I just sit there aggravated because I worked there for a long time and had many opportunities. And she just picks it up one time and she's like, I got this, down to 1. So I don't know how to win the game. You just don't pay attention and move pieces.
I feel like that's a requirement in order to get that 4th star. Is like you
Yeah.
got to be able to beat that game like regularly.
And
Well, maybe I should go and work there again.
well,
Just feel like
For
I win.
science.
since you did work there, I've been reading rumors online about Cracker Barrel lore, and I did see, and you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I did read that Reddit
Wait,
user.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Sorry, it's 2025. Are we allowed to say Cracker Barrel?
Well, that funny you should say that, Scott, because I read on Reddit that after you get your 4th star, once you surpass 3, you are permitted as an employee to say Cracker Barrel instead of Crack a Barrel.
In the 4 years we've been doing this podcast, that may have been your funniest joke.
They're too prudish for that, okay? Because the reason okay, I'll tell you. You know the little vestibules when you walk in, okay? That's what we called them, where the server station is. They, like, on either side of the fireplace in every Cracker Barrel, there's a little corner that you take to get into the kitchen. And there's a computer in the vestibule, all right? I was standing there one day, and I kind of had I was leaning against the wall, and my leg was sticking out. And this girl walked in, and well, yeah, I was leaning, okay? This
Are you
girl
trying to
walked in
attract
and
customers?
I was on the inside. Listen, it was like my third job, all right? So it didn't sink in yet.
What are you, Mexican?
My first job was, okay, never mind. I did work at a Mexican Cuban place before that, okay? Maybe that's where I learned it. But she tripped over my leg. And I went, oh shit, I'm so sorry, because she went head first into the computer. The way the manager took the corner so fast and started screaming at me because I said shit. And I was so embarrassed and so prideful because I've always been that way. And I was pissed because as soon as that whole situation happened, a couple servers came around the corner and they're like, oh, what happened? What happened? And he's like, oh, well, Sarah did this. And I'm thinking to myself, that's so unprofessional.
What are they,
of you
1
to,
stars?
He was a 1 star. So me being
Scum.
who I am, and again, very prideful, I walked into the office at the end of my shift and, it was just the two of us. And I said, hey, I just wanted to say, I didn't really appreciate the way that you kind of brought everybody into that situation, because you reprimanded me, but you didn't have to continuously reprimand me in front of other people. I went from 40 hours a week to 6. And it was a Sunday morning shift, which is a big deal at Cracker Barrel, okay? And let me tell you, I worked that 6 hours every week for like 6 months, and I just kept it up because they had no reason to fire me. So I kept working there for my 6 hours, making whatever, a couple $100 a week, while I was working at Olive Garden at this point. And I made them schedule me for as long, and I got all my discounts and everything, and then, as I would. And then I quit because I'm like, screw you guys suck. But I did. I made them keep scheduling me for like 6 months, my 6 hours a week.
4-star apron.
Screw them. I'm sorry I said shit. Okay.
What are the? It's not the Cracker Barrel way. What's the okay, so internally, what do you guys call each other? The 4 stars. I know you guys got to look down on the 1, 2 stars. Like, when you're a 4-star vet of Cracker Barrel, what do you guys call each other? And what do you guys call the 1 stars? Is there like slang?
There's no slang. I look down on everybody. Yeah. I've been doing this too long, honestly. And you know what I've learned in this industry is I don't like anybody. Somebody told me this. She's been working in the industry forever, and I've worked with her for a long time. I always said, oh, that person's really good when they first start. And she goes, Sarah, you got to give it a month before you say anything nice about anybody, because they're going to drop like flies. Don't get used to anybody. Give them at least a month. So now I don't get attached. I barely want to know your name. When you've been there a month, I'm like, okay, you're all right. You've stuck around, because everywhere I work is a shit show. It really is in its own way. I know all about them. So well, we can trade, honestly. I'll handle Ellie as long as you need, and you can come work my restaurant job. All right.
All right. How about you handle her last week when I come to Florida? I'm just kidding.
Darren. How was Disney? Was it fun? Because Chris was there for a week. How many days did you go to Disney out of that week? Just curious.
Well, he said he was going to take off the week, but he didn't. He kept saying, I'm taking off the week.
Well, okay. I was just thankful to spend as much time as I could with my friend Chris and my dad.
He couldn't have given up one day.
Was going to pass away at the end of the week. I lived it twice. My dad went. I think he went like 4 times.
That's fine, but you could have gone once. Well, some of us, work really hard for our money and have to have financial responsibilities in specific orders, okay?
Sarah, that wasn't an attack on you. Darren is trying to blame shift right now and try to refocus the attention on someone else, and so he took a shot at me. This is me going back at him. So because our listeners don't know the context of this conversation, this was an off-air, so I'll tell everybody real quick. So Chris coming in town last week, also Chris visiting Orlando last week, and both Sarah and Darren realize, they've got the Pixie Pass and they are blacked out last week. They cannot go. They're African American out last week. They cannot visit the parks. Cannot visit the parks. And I'm like, well, so I didn't know that Sarah was blacked out at first. I knew that Darren was. So I was like, well, Darren's like, hey, don't you have a friend that can main gate us? And I said, like, I do. And I think that they're off. Let me see. And they were able to main gate him. But I didn't. So he took both main gate opportunities. And so Sarah and Lewis couldn't have been main gated because I would have had my friend main gate them.
It's so unfortunate.
Yeah. So that's
Nepotism.
the context of what just happened.
I think your friend could have still like your friend has paper comps, don't they? Because they could have still main gated one of them.
That's a good point.
One like because you get three, or they get three main gates, don't they?
So yes, my friend does have paper comps, but my friend's needy sister needs the paper comps a lot to take her family, and is always asking for paper comps.
Sounds like a bitch.
That's crazy because I think that friend's needy sister also bothers my friend for universal comps all the time.
Yes.
Too, so.
Is this Remy? I'm just kidding, Remy. I love you. Although I am still waiting for you to meet up with me at Animal Kingdom last Friday, Remy.
And
You
I'm
said
still
you were
waiting.
running some errands and never
I
came.
thought Remy had the Pixie Pass too. How did he get into the parks?
He's an employee. Remy's still on the list, I think. No, Remy's got a good pass. Him and his wife got good passes. Remy low key, pretty sure makes the most money out of all of us. I think Remy runs some underground empire. Correct me if I'm wrong, Remy. But yeah, Remy has the top of the line pass. He has a sorcerer pass. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's good to go.
So anyway, Sarah, sorry, we derailed that conversation. So you had tell us about your day today.
No, it was just I was complaining to you over text because literally in that moment when you were like, does anybody have anything to talk about? I'm like, oh yeah, what a lovely day. 30 people walk in and then we find out. So my restaurant is in a hotel and for lunch we're only open from 12 until 3. So I sit there for 2 hours with nothing to do. I'm scrolling through TikTok 2 hours. All of a sudden, all these people start coming in, 18, 9. Then 10 minutes before close, you get 5 tables, and they're all needy. They're all entitled. It's a graduation at a convention center that's 2 blocks away, and it's a nice university. Everybody's got money. So they look down on you automatically.
Whoa. What nice university is in Daytona?
Embry-Riddle.
Isn't that where they like train terrorists?
It's one of the locations, yeah. There's a cell.
There are rumors. I don't know.
I just looked it up. It's
No,
true. It's on the whitehouse.gov website.
Of course it's true then.
They just cut funding.
Yes. So, yeah, we had just a bunch of entitled people today. And I knew that you would share my frustration in people walking in 10 minutes till close and then copying an attitude with me when I tell them it's 10 minutes till close. You're still waiting on 4 people to get here. And if they're not in the door in the next 10 minutes, they're not getting fed. I'm sorry. I got to go to the gym. I got to pick up kids. I got to record. You're not keeping me here all night. I'd probably still be there, honestly. So you'd be proud.
I am proud. You know, you and I should start a spin-off podcast, like just a Restaurant Nightmares podcast.
I was told that I should write a book on how to very professionally be passive aggressive to people, and I am.
That.
I am. I have no problem saying it very politely, so sorry. No, whatever it is, no. My favorite phone calls are when they call 2 minutes after we close and they say, can I order this? Nope. Actually, kitchen's closed. Have a great day. Click. I don't want to deal with you. Been doing it 14 years. It might not be you, but it's somebody else, and I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Darren, what's new with you? What do you got going on?
Oh, I'm ill prepared for this. Let's see. I haven't been on in a while. I started a new job.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
new job I can't talk about. Yeah, that was
okay.
great.
Well, last we heard from your dad, he kind of left us with a cliffhanger, and he's like, Darren has a story to tell.
I thought you were dead, dude.
What story?
Just happy to see you.
And then, yeah. And then
I don't know. I said Darren. I did say that Darren will have something.
Yeah, dude.
It was probably about my job.
Yeah, but
I
you
can
can't
talk about
get
it a
into
little bit.
specifics. So
No, I can't get into specifics about it, but I pretty much am a glorified event planner now. Now that I think about it.
So now you're full gay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made the full transition right before Pride Month.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that job's really cool. It's only temporary, so I'm like super stressed right now because they're probably gonna be like, "Hey, it's tough. You know, everything's going up in price in the country, and you're about to make even less. Good luck."
So wait, if you're temporary gay, would that be bi?
Do you believe in bi people?
I think that.
Yes.
Well, as a bi person, yes, I do believe in myself. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
I
so
guess
I'm
this is
gonna
my
need
coming
it
out
running.
episode.
Sorry, it's not in the Bible. I don't believe it. Is your favorite song by NSYNC or is it the Backstreet Boys? It could be like your theme song.
It's actually
98
bye
degrees.
bye.
Yeah, it could be your theme song. Scott paid like $75 for an AI theme song. He could have just played that. Just paid royalties to.
Dude, I did. Oh, okay, hold on, real quick. I'm going through my credit card statement. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, a $10 charge every single month, and I realized that the Somo or whatever.
Yeah,
AI
they get
thing
you,
that
dude.
I voluntarily spent $10 a month.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
how
I-
they get you because they're like, hey, just subscribe and cancel whatever. You never cancel.
I never cancel. Because I had so much anxiety over losing credits. Every time you generate a song, it costs 10 credits, and you start off with like 2,500. I was like, I don't want to run out, so I bought more.
Sure. And you probably, wow. That's I'm doing the math now. That was a very bad financial decision.
Yeah, because I've only done 5 songs, and that's it. I haven't touched the.
Speaking about AI music and being bi, I just found out the other day that I, since 2020, am still paying for Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant business model.
Yeah.
$9.99. You're not thinking about it.
No, it's actually the $20 one. But yeah, I know. I'm still not thinking about it.
What are you doing with it?
I wanted the massage
I've never met
thing.
Anybody who's paid the $20 Planet Fitness membership.
I went in there. They're like, you can get a tanning bed for $20 a month. I was like, well, I can't buy a tanning bed for $20 a month. I would never use it, but I'm like, just to flex that I could use a tanning bed. And like, because every time there's a wedding coming up, and like a friend of mine who's a female would say, "Oh, I have to get a tan." Be like, "Well, I pay $20 a month for that." I'm like, where? And like, you don't, it's probably way, not. They don't even probably have one around you. I don't even want to tell you the establishment that I get this from. And they have water massages, and you can go to any one. Now, unfortunately, the one that my home base, which they call it, doesn't have the tanning beds or the massage chair. So I don't know how they swindled me into that, because I would have to
So
travel.
You have to upgrade the one you have to travel to.
Yeah, I have to travel like 45 minutes away to get that. But let it be known that if I wanted to get a tan tomorrow, I could, because I do pay for it.
But you're not.
No, and
So do I, but it comes in a can.
The most embarrassing thing about it is, like, if you want to cancel, you can't just cancel online. You have to go in person. And I don't want to go in person, right?
Because then they'll talk you out of it. They're like,
They're
are
going
you
to be
sure-
like,
you seen yourself
Are
in
you
the
sure you
mirror?
don't want this free upgrade right now? We'll let you try this for free.
oh,
Or
no,
they
they
always-
talk down on you. Like, oh, you just like being out of shape? Like, you fat fuck? I was like,
Would you prefer Pizza Hut?
I say, or what they're gonna do? Yeah, they're gonna say, we have free pizzas on Mondays.
they do, actually. Planet Fitness does give out pizza on
They give
daily
out
week.
pizza on Monday.
Yeah. That was originally why I joined.
My
Mine
girlfriend
doesn't
has-
care. Mine doesn't care.
Are you Planet Fitness or no?
I'm at Planet Fitness,
Okay.
but we go there now. But our previous membership that we we decided not to continue. I walked in and I'm like, hey, I'm canceling. And they're like, okay, why? I said, we moved into an apartment complex that has a gym, which we never used, by the
That's
way.
a good lie.
But they literally were like, oh, okay, sounds good.
That's
Here
a
you
good
go, it's
lie.
fine, bye.
Yeah.
It was so simple. They didn't try and talk me into anything.
Well, it's a good excuse.
And now I pay
Wait, hold on.
$20 a month, but so I can bring Lewis with me. See, we just two birds, one stone, and then we can use the good stuff.
Yeah. So when you went to cancel, was Lewis with you?
Yes.
That's why.
Oh. They're like, no, we don't want him.
We don't need his kind here. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Scott.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not.
Don't
No,
tell me
he's
I'm
not.
muted. You're like the
You guys
Planet
hear me?
Fitness guy, gaslighting.
hear
Oh
me.
my,
Do you hear
yeah.
I
us?
can't hear any of you.
Oh my gosh, you piece of
Oh
shit.
my
Oh
gosh.
jeez.
You guys messing with me?
No,
No.
trust me, I want to end this. It's 9:19. I
Alex,
want to
I'm
go to
gonna
bed.
Stop recording, and I'm going to leave the studio, and we'll continue recording on a different file.
Chris, say all your cliff notes about him now.
Well, I was gonna say now that he's gone, I can say that he's a stupid bitch.
Bueller.
Can you hear me?
And now that he's gone, this
Yes.
isn't gonna be in the episode.
Can
He
you
is
hear
the
us?
biggest.
Yeah, I can hear
us?
you.
Oh,
Damn.
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second.
I haven't drank during an episode in a while. Led me to jokes like "crack a barrel." Thank you. Like
Genius.
which I texted Darren privately, and he said, "Say it." And I was like, "All right, you're like the Planet Fitness guy, gaslighting me. I'll do it." What's one more month,
Hey, Chris.
Scott?
You got any cliff notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
So we started off the episode talking about May the 4th. Scott celebrated by becoming Darth Vader and needing machines to keep him alive. Scott talked about how he needed medical clearance from his doctor to have sex with his wife. That's great, Scott. Now all he needs is clearance from his wife. Scott was talking about how he changed his lifestyle to become healthier. Now, in all seriousness, Scott, I am very happy for you. But you did kind of fuck me out of our Parents' Night Out death pool. Yeah.
Sorry.
I had 46.
There's still time.
Tonight, Darren was talking about... Wait, actually, Darren didn't really say much of anything tonight. Did you and Sarah have like some Freaky Friday thing and switch bodies? Nick was telling us a story about being at the hospital. Did you guys know that Scott was actually in the hospital last week? I don't know if you guys knew that. Just gonna bring that back up. We had a lengthy conversation about Cracker Barrel, and I'm glad we talked about it now because I am hearing that they are on the chopping block. Now, apparently they have been canceled and being rebranded to Caucasian Barrel.
Silly.
Sarah started talking about how horrible the restaurant industry is. I don't know if anybody else heard this, but Scott said while she was talking about this, and I quote, "Preach, sister." That's the most ethnic thing you'll ever hear Scott say ever.
I did catch that.
I had to pause the DVR and rewind to make sure that I actually was hearing that. And lastly, now 3/4 into the episode, Scott just started randomly bullying his son. Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but it was literally right after he came out as bi. And those are my cliff notes.
Thank you so much, Chris. Anybody have anything exciting going on with the kids this week? No.
It's not. It's not with
No.
my kids, but I'm seeing Lion King tomorrow, and there's going to be a lot of kids there.
Where at?
What is that
Dr.
supposed to
Phillips.
mean, dude? I know, I'm trying to decipher that.
That's just.
I'm trying to, like father, like son. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Time out.
Lion King takes place in Africa.
Time out. All right, so Lion King the musical is on tour currently.
Okay, makes way more sense.
It is at our local theater.
Okay. Should have led with that.
I should have. One of my coworkers just went, and they were like, "Yeah, great show. I love it." And I've seen it before, but they were like, but there was just like kids surrounding me everywhere, and they were just the entire time, "Look, Timon! Look, Pumbaa!"
And it wasn't really Pumbaa. It was just your dad.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to a matinee or a nighttime show?
I think it's a nighttime show.
No, then there won't be that many.
It'll be good. Yeah, they'll be in Scott's basement. Scott's like, yeah, I know where they'll be. There won't be there. Trust me. You walked yourself right into that one, Scott.
Yep.
You have their schedules.
All right. Darren, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me at Instagram at Darren_Maffei, and there's a link tree to all of my other socials.
Nick?
You can find me on Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Nick, and on all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations.
Sarah?
You can find me on the TikTok at SuperSarah94.
Redbeard? Chris?
Wait, so I do want to just say real quick. You said, what does everyone do with their kids this weekend? Let one story from the guy who has no kids, and they're like, let's just end this shit.
Because everyone's like, oh, nobody said anything.
Oh, I have something huge coming up.
Oh, what do you have?
Oh my God, I was just waiting for you to get to it. Sorry, I thought you were the host of the show. I'm just going to
roundtable anymore on that.
So
I don't do roundtable anymore because I literally do roundtable on where can our listeners find you?
Are you talking about Remy's roundtable? Yeah, what are you talking about? This is on Friday. We have a wedding. Boo now, I know. Friday we have a wedding to go to. It will be the very first night that we are going to sleep without Ellie. We are my mom is having Ellie over for the night.
You guys will get zero sleep.
Emily will get zero sleep. I will sleep like a baby. Emily is not happy about it, but I'm like, what's the alternative? We come home at 1 a.m, wake Ellie up to go home with her. Like, I feel like that's like neglect at that point.
Wait. Why? Okay.
Go ahead.
So where's Ellie going to be? At your mom's?
My mom's, correct.
So why doesn't your mom watch Ellie at your house?
Didn't you have to sleep over my house?
Huh?
Then she'd have to sleep. So the wedding is.
She goes home afterwards.
Well, it's like 1 a.m. It's disrespectful to my mom.
Or
just do me a favor.
Over there.
Nah, I don't want to clean the guest room, dude. That's still got my suitcase from Florida in it. All over the bed.
Ants are hanging out there.
Oh, that's the ant room. So yeah, so that's gonna be the first night. We have a busy weekend this week, and we got that Saturday. Emily's got a bridal shower. No, baby shower. She's pregnant. Going to a
Emily's
baby
pregnant?
shower.
Emily's
No,
Pregnant? Congratulations.
Oh.
actually, yeah, I should. No, I'm kidding. So going to a baby, and then my mom's 60th birthday party is on Saturday night, so that'll be fun. So
Aw.
yeah, what's not cool is that we have a wedding Friday, we have that Saturday, then Mother's Day is on Sunday, which is gonna be Emily's very first Mother's Day. Now I keep pushing back. This is a total joke with her, and we've actually had a little argument about this because I was joking and she didn't think I was, but I said, no, your first Mother's Day was last year. Remember, you kept saying like, I'm almost a mom. And horrible joke on my end.
I think we did a whole episode about it.
Yeah,
I think we talked about
I think we did, and I rescind everything I ever said. I'm sorry, Em. I love you. When you listen, it's 3 months from now. But yeah, so it'll be her first Mother's Day. Really excited, and last Mother's Day she went to and we had Ellie, which was pretty cool. It was the Mother's Day night. I will do a little sneak peek right here, right now, of the first gift that I got Emily, and I need to step up my game. It's pretty bad.
Please don't pull out your wire. Please don't pull out your wire.
I was at Walmart and I found this book that said, "There are moms way worse than you."
Oh my God.
And it's a whole book about horrible mothers in life.
That is incredible.
You won't be worse than hamster moms no matter how you try. Sometimes they eat their newborn pups. We still don't know yet why. It gets really vulgar. Here we go. At least you're not a cuckoo mom who, boy, that bitch is brazen. She hides her eggs in other nests so she won't have to raise them. And so the poison dart frog dag is less a hit and more of a miss. To keep his eggs from drying out, he'll sometimes use his piss. So they can even get into dads a little bit. So you guys can get this at your local Walmart or Amazon. There are moms way worse than you. I thought it was really funny because everybody who's a first time parent thinks they're doing a bad job at some point in.
Of course.
And you read this book and you learn a giraffe, like they kick their calf until they start walking.
At 45 years old, my kids are 25, 19, and 12. I still think I'm doing a bad job.
Darren reinforces that, actually. He's like, no, you're right.
Where's the lie?
I was gonna keep going and be like, no, he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job, but I can't be nice anymore now. That's awful.
There's a book that says there's dads way worse than you that Darren got Scott. It's all just blank pages.
It's actually just reflective. And it just
mirror.
shows his face. Thanks for spoiling Father's Day.
Big, huge week coming up this week. First time I'll be in my house since for a year now, and then without Ellie. But she's in great hands. My mom loves her. When I told my mom, she squealed. I've never heard my mom squeal before. She squealed on the phones that she got to sleep over. She's probably going to paint her nails or something. Like, she's going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
And the week after that, we'll talk about this next week. The week after that is Ellie's first birthday party, which is going to be
very cool.
Which is
Wow, I can't believe she's already a year old.
It's insane. Me either. It's insane.
I feel like she was born like 3 months ago.
I know. She's getting progressively less fun because she's teething right now. Yeah. She's like screaming.
Scott's not as annoyed as he used to be.
No, that's true. Scott hates her way less. I think Scott, I introduced Ellie to Scott at a really good age in person where she's fun now and not a burden on the podcast.
Yeah.
Super cute kid.
Yeah, just good for content.
Super cute kid.
Yeah, she is. She's a
Too
great
bad she
kid.
hates you.
Yeah. All right, so Chris, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on TikTok, Chris Yob NNF, which I post. I try to post not daily, but I try to post a lot of content of Ellie content. So if you want to see what's going on with Ellie, I try to post content of her. Did not post the poop thing. Did not post the poop thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can connect with all of us right there on all of our links are right there on our. And you can connect with all of us. Our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. Check out our sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse. Become a Patreon. And don't forget, if you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, go ahead and smash that follow button. Give a death stomp to that follow button. It really helps us out. Only 60% of our listeners actually don't follow us, and I find that a little bit insulting. So take a minute, follow us. That really helps us out. If you listen to us on the Apple or Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps us out. On behalf of Redbeard, the producer, The Wise Man, Darren.com, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you later, Poopy Bus.
No Jersey Man versus Florida Man this week because he was obviously on vacation. But we had a lot of content tonight. We didn't really need it. Like as far as filling the episode goes.
Yeah, and he was doing an interview tonight also. And
That's
also
right,
I didn't put the episode out until this morning.
Yeah, I noticed that because I went to go listen to it last night and I was like, "What? Well, all right."
Oh, today's Monday. You're right.
Yeah.
Before we leave here, I hope that Sarah and Nick, I hope you guys aren't doing anything with your kids this weekend because Scott doesn't not give a single shit.
Yeah.
I looked at everybody. Everyone was like,
I started huffing and puffing, like, wow, got a big weekend coming up.
Probably.
Which, Nick, it could be worse. You could be getting a 30 top into your restaurant.
Yeah.
Just remember that. Just remember that.
You could have been outed by your dad on a podcast, so
That is true too. Yeah.
Well, and that wasn't even the joke that I was trying to, because you said I'm basically a temporary event planner, and since most event planners are gay, that's why I was like, oh, so you're gay now. And then I was like, oh, you're only a temporary event planner, so would that be bi? And it wasn't at all intended to out your sexuality. It was a joke, just
dude,
based
I'm just
on...
fucking with you. You don't have
to.
to.
I know. But then what makes it brilliant is Chris goes, "Do you guys believe in bi?" And it was actually
That's perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was probably the best coming out that I've seen since the coming out of Avengers in 2012. It was a really good release. I would actually do a whenever you apply for a new job, I'd put a QR code for that clip. Just be like, and that's it.
You know, people are putting QR codes on their resume.
Really, I've never made a resume.
Rachel did.
Yeah, I've never made a resume in my life. The last time I made a resume was for business class sophomore year of high school. I'm just too afraid. That's why I started my own business. I'm too afraid.
That's funny.
Too afraid to interview.
So I don't know if 60% of our listeners don't follow us. That's
That was
I know
so
that was a
good.
Chris Van Fleet thing. I
Yeah,
knew it was Chris
that was
Van
great.
Fleet. I don't know if you saw my look. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was so
yeah,
good.
Chris Van Fleet says that every single
Now,
episode.
everyone who's still watching on YouTube, totally true.
Yeah.
Totally true. Everybody watching on YouTube still, thank you guys so much. Miranda, Scott, Remy, Ryan, Maddie, Jared. Big country in the house tonight. And Sean. Love you guys. And Nick's in here too.
Thank you all.
Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Really fun episode tonight. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hope you had a taco at least. Listen, if I wasn't getting Mexican tonight, I was going to at least get Taco Bell.
Or at least go down on a taco.
You're medically
Oh
cleared,
my
so you
God.
can. Love you guys. Thank you guys. Oh, gosh, where's the outro? Here it is.